Within the last couple of hours, the Houthis in Yemen have been formally designated a terrorist group by the United States. Tonight, ITV News is the first British broadcaster to report from inside the country since the joint US-UK airstrikes began against Houthi targets. Yemen has been the focus of mounting diplomatic tensions. Its location makes it geographically critical to some of the world's busiest sea trading routes. Politically, western and northern parts of the country, including the capital Sana'a, have been controlled by the Houthis, an Iran-backed armed group, for almost a decade. Aden, in the south, is controlled by the breakaway Southern Transitional Council, who are hostile to the Houthis. Now, the attacks by the Houthis on shipping in the Red Sea have disrupted trade along the maritime commercial routes via the Bab al-Mandeb Strait and, importantly, the Suez Canal. Now, that's meant that ships taking the long route around Africa, prompting the joint UK and US airstrikes. Our global security editor, Rohit Kachru, reports from Aden.
We're off the coast of Yemen, heading through the Gulf of Aden. It's the latest target of the Houthi missiles. A few dozen miles from here, a US-owned vessel was hit this week. This is a vital artery, but less busy than it should be, because these calm waters have become an unlikely front line. You can draw a line to here, from Washington or from Gaza, from Tel Aviv or Tehran, because this stretch of water now sits right in the crosshairs of old conflicts and new campaigns. And what happens next will have consequences for all of us. The rubble is old. You're looking at the result of fighting with the Houthis, who control territory north of here. The crisis at sea is just another chapter in this desperate decade in Yemen. The Houthis say they're doing what others won't, responding to Israel's attacks in Gaza. And although we heard universal support for Palestinians today, many believe the missile attacks will make matters worse for all.
Our priority is to support Gaza and our country. We support Gaza, but the Houthis are backed by the Iranians. This regime is Iranian, not Yemeni.
But at Davos today, Iran's foreign minister said it was in Israel's power to end the attacks against ships. And it gave it this ultimatum.
If the genocide in Gaza stops, then it will lead to the end of other crises and attacks in the region.
Gaza is the issue. And Iran's public attempt at arm twisting today is a source of frustration for Yemeni soldiers fighting the Houthis, who fear their rivals are becoming emboldened. This drone operator, just back from the north, says they're stoking the conflict to win support at home. The Houthis must have known the potential consequences when they began attacking vessels. The crisis over shipping routes is about much more than commerce, and the potential for escalation may well be growing.
Well, Rohit joins us now live from Aden. Now, Rohit, explain, what will this terrorism designation actually mean to the Houthis?
Well, I should say, firstly, Mary, this is no real surprise. The Houthis did actually have this label from the Americans previously. It was removed because the Biden administration felt it created too many hurdles towards giving, desperately needed aid to many Yemeni civilians. And so this causes potentially another consequence which must be considered. But, one important question is the response of the Houthis. Well, their language appears to be undaunted. They said that they consider this label now to be a badge of honor, which leads to the final question. What happens next militarily? Will it deter the Houthis further? I mean, we must assume that it won't, because no crystal balls were required to see this course of events leading to this moment. And so we must consider this to be a fairly well-planned operation, and certainly their next step is almost certainly well-planned too. And in fact, as we go on the air, we're hearing reports of yet another potential strike just a few dozen miles away from here in the Gulf of Aden. So this continues and appears to be escalating this evening.
OK, Rohit Khatru in Aden in Yemen there. Thank you.